baby bus.
Let's go, Sheriff Labrador!
The Flying Saucepan, Part 2. Along the way, Sheriff Labrador looked up at the spade swaying in midair with his brow furrowed.
Black Bear, did you hear that same noise while your saucepan was flying away?
Let me think. Aha! I did hear that same noise. I was too frightened when the saucepan was flying away, so I hadn't thought of it till now.
Sheriff Labrador furrowed his brow even further as he stared at the spade flying through the air.
Hey, now look! The spade swaying back and forth looks like it's being lifted by a crane. It would be awful if it fell and hit some unfortunate guy.
Crane?
Sheriff Labrador thought, rubbing his chin. Suddenly, his dark round eyes glistened with a flash of light. All at once, these strange events began to connect in Sheriff Labrador's mind.
I got it. Madam Quackerbell said she saw an alien spaceship shaped like a saucepan, which was likely Black Bear's saucepan. But how could a saucepan fly? Do you remember the walking iron chain that Black Rabbit mentioned? I think the saucepan probably moved along with the dangling iron chain. All the strange events happened at night, so it's hard to make out that chain from this vantage point. But we can still hear the clanging noises.
Hey, now! But there's no way a chain can fly. So how can the saucepan suspended from the chain move? Don't tell me! It's a chain monster?
Sheriff Labrador smiled gently.
There's no such thing as a chain monster. Listen carefully. Do you guys hear the humming sound in addition to the clanging of the iron chain?
Oh yeah, you're right!
The sound is clearly coming from a device. It's probably a flying robot.
Huh?
I think there's probably a flying robot with a chain attached to it, dangling the saucepan yesterday and the spade today. Well, the saucepan and spade are made of iron. To lift these things, all one needs to do is tie a giant magnet to one end of the chain.
At that moment, the spade suspended above them turned a corner and disappeared with a whoosh. Sheriff Labrador got out of his car and looked around at the surroundings, then pointed to a hill not far away.
Come on, let's take a look over there.
Sheriff Labrador led Officer Doberman and Black Bear up the hill. Black Bear scratched his head, bewildered.
Shouldn't we be looking for the spade? Why are we climbing a hill now? Don't tell me the spade flew here to dig for buried treasure.
This is the highest point in the neighborhood, so we can see more clearly and further out from here.
Sheriff Labrador overlooked the surroundings with a piercing gleam in his eyes. Suddenly,
Hey now! At the warehouse gate over there! The spade is landing!
they finally could see clearly that a drone was indeed dangling the spade. A long iron chain was connected to the underside of the drone, and at the end of the chain was a magnet, which was stuck to the spade, making it move. Then, a slender figure in yellow slipped out of the warehouse. He glanced around and quickly hauled the spade and the drone inside.